Hello, greetings from my new office at Columbia. Self-storage. I'm acutely aware that tomorrow classes are starting at Columbia Law School and I'm not in the curriculum anymore. And I gotta say, I'm glad. I feel like I got out just in time. And I have such compassion for my colleagues who are still there and who are teaching under these new rules that the university has agreed to or actually taken up on their own, having to do with neutrality in the classroom. So let me just read you oh, by the way, I brought some flowers from our garden that I thought would be nice. There's a new chair for folks who might want to stop by and talk about, papers they might be interested in writing, career stuff, or just, life itself. That's what office hours is about. So your chair's waiting for you. So this is what we're now told, or what Columbia teaching faculty are told. If only some in the class feel empowered to talk, one can call on each student in the class in turn as an established habit. What the class loses in flow is gained in multiplicity of ideas. If a topic is contentious, one can present the multiple sides neutrally and set students the task of comparing the positions and the evidence, arguing as an exercise the side which with they least agree. So I'm just going to put this in the recycling bin that Columbia has so nicely provided me. Who knows how much longer Columbia will be recycling? That's probably going to be like DEI and critical race theory, feminism, queer studies no longer allowed. But anyway, so what did I used to teach? What would I have been teaching this fall? Gender justice, racial justice advocacy, and law and sexuality. Now, so how would that work with, let's just take gender justice. We would look at questions of women's equality in the workplace. So I would have a student and another student kind of set up a little back and forth about whether women should be equal in the workplace. Should women be treated equally to men? Mostly men are breadwinners. Maybe they should be paid more. Make the counter argument. Rape, sexual harassment. These are things that are prohibited by law, but take the other position that actually men and women, and this is what courts argued in the 70s, men and women are naturally attracted to one another. And so sexual harassment is something you should expect, ladies, when you work in a workplace that is got men and women there. Rape. I mean, I don't even need to play that out. Racial justice. My racial justice class, and in that class also we of course did a whole lot of stuff on the history of racial inequality in the United States, including slavery. Slavery pro and con. Racial segregation in schools, pro and con. Redlining, pro and con. I mean, what are we supposed to do? So that's not teaching, right? It's both abandoning the facts of our history in this country. It's abandoning what the law says a democratic country should have in terms of making the workplace, the school, all aspects of life available to all. Columbia faculty is told that they have to teach in a neutral way that takes care of whom? It takes care of the most privileged people in the classroom who might be uncomfortable hearing about, learning about, having to sit with the history of sexism, the history of racism, the history of homophobia, transphobia, colonialism, whatever. Yes, it's uncomfortable to learn that stuff. But now we have to bend over backwards to accommodate their discomfort, whereas the legitimate discomfort of students of color, Palestinian students, women students in the classroom was something that was just ignored. So I have to say, I am so glad I'm in my new office here at Columbia, self-storage, and I'm ready to teach. I've got chairs, I've got flowers, I've got a recycling bin. Can certainly bring beverages, come on down, and we're going to talk about hard things in ways that reflect the facts and let us sit with the discomfort of those facts rather than requiring this absolutely ludicrous commitment to neutrality, which is about accommodating the discomfort of the most privileged people in our society.